What led to the comeback?
I think, after you've been away as a band for a long time, you just get that itch. You want to get back up there and play. And a lot of my guys, they literally just stopped playing in bands when we decided to stop being a band. So, of course, I kept going, doing Anti-Flag stuff for the last, 10, 15 years it's been. And I think that we just had more in the tank, more to get out there, more to say.
So who writes the music? Is it you or someone else?
We, like most people, we just come with ideas. Everybody comes with their own ideas. I write all the lyrics, but if somebody else has a suggestion, I'll take that. Obviously, I want them to write more. I like when bands have all different influences coming in.
And who inspires you? You say you get different influences. Is it more like politicians or friends, family?
Well, for the band, The Code, biggest influence for us was the underground punk scene. It was something where I come from. I grew up in a really small town, so hearing the radio every day or hearing like just the stuff that I was around in my town, I didn't feel like I was ever at home, if you will. Like I felt like I was always an outsider. And so when I first heard bands like Operation Ivy and bands like Minor Threat and Dead Kennedys and go down the list, I felt like, wow, it's like this is finally something that I can connect to, something that they're saying the things I'm thinking or they're saying the things I'm feeling. And so where I draw that inspiration for this new stuff and for everything that I've done since has been, I put myself back into that place where I was when I was 15 years old, 14 years old, and I go, well, that was what I needed when I was that young. And I know that there's a million other people just like me who just needed that one thing that was like, it's okay to be a weirdo, or it's okay to not feel like you're part of the mainstream, the world, and that it's okay to be different. And that's the message that I've always wanted to send. That's the message that, obviously working with Anti-Flag, that's what we send out, is that it's okay to be a different person. It's okay to be an individual. In fact, every time I get a chance to be on stage, I make sure I say that, like, the best thing in the world, the best thing that you could do in your life is just be you.
Today we're at the anniversary of the Donuts, 25 years. Yeah. So a lot of their fans bring their own kids today. Yeah, and it's kind of like, do you see yourself playing shows for people with their kids that used to come to your shows?
Well, everybody else in my band, except for the new bass player, has a kid. So it's kind of an interesting thing, I love it. You know what I mean? I think like this is exactly what I had hoped to happen, where a lot of people, maybe there's a lot of people who are nihilist about it and they're just in it for the moment. But I didn't want to just say something and be like, disposable culture, where it was just like, yeah, it's just how I feel right now, and fuck you if you don't agree with me. For me, it was like, no, let's I always use the illustration like, let's plant a seed, let's see what happens. You can plant the seed, but you can't make it grow.
If you could tour Europe, what band would you pick? Would you pick Anti-Flag, but you see them so much? Maybe there's a German band?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many great bands that I would choose. I'll be honest, I wouldn't care who it was. I would just want to play shows with people that love what they do. So, of course, I would take a chance to tour with Anti-Flag, Les and Jake, a band like the Suicide Machines. But there's so many great bands that we get to see and enjoy while we're here. I just want to be on a stage with people who are like-minded and are promoting kindness. That's really what it is to me.
What song should people listen to get introduced to your band?
I think the song that people listen to first, that was a song called Alert Where Involved, really encompassed basically what I've been saying lyrically and also musically. It really encompassed the vibe that I wanted to put out with the band. So that would be the song, Alert Where Involved. It's hard to find it on the internet. It's coming back. We remastered our first record Gonna re-release it on vinyl on AF Records, coming out on AF Records later this year.
Okay.
Through the record. Hopefully it doesn't tumble down the stairs like that, but
that was your thunder of excitement.
That's what it was. And actually, how people discovered the code was Anti-Flag put out a record called Mobilize. In the first pressing of it.
I got that one.
In the first pressing, it came with an AF record sampler, and our song was the first song on that sampler, and that was a big deal for a band like us. And so that record club that Stowe is doing now is brilliant. You know, that's it. Like, it's 2019. People don't necessarily buy music like they did in the past. But
If they buy the vinyl, right?
Yeah, they do buy the vinyl. So this is a way to kind of like, you buy the record subscription and you get to hear new bands that you wouldn't have seen or heard unless they come to your town. And I think that that's awesome.
Really looking forward to the record.
I'm looking forward to it too. I'm scared. Nah. That people will like it or not. I don't know.
I'm sure they will like it.